Hi Harsh, welcome. So, hello. Hi Harsh, are you there? Hi Harsh, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
Hi everyone, this is Harsh Gupta. So, he's working currently in Amazon. So, Harsh, could you give us a small introduction about yourself?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So, as you all already know, my name is Harsh Gupta, and I graduated from Triple IT Bhopal as a computer science engineer in 22. So, currently, I'm working as SD1 in Amazon Go's organization.
Yeah. So, starting with the questions. So, how long have you been working with Amazon?
Yeah, so currently, like I completed 6 months on 25th of Jan. So,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay. So, in the beginning, how was your college journey?
College was like pretty same, for for 1 year, 1.5 year, I was there in Bhopal,
Okay.
and then there was COVID in 2020. So like 2 years passed in working from attending college from home. So in those years, I just worked on a few technologies, data structures, algorithms, and other things. Yep. So mostly, the
Oh,
first year was mostly enjoying in college and all these things, because in first year you generally explore things. So yeah, sort of that
yeah.
only.
So, from the beginning, did you have in mind to join Amazon or some other company, or how did you get the chance?
Yes, so from the beginning it was not in my mind. So I thought of doing some master degree after completing the bachelor's. But gradually I developed the interest as I proceeded with the data structures, algorithms, and web development. So gradually I developed the interest, and then I got to know that there are few big tech companies which you called FANG or FANG nowadays. So yeah, so then I got interested in joining these.
Okay, okay, okay. So, how did you get this opportunity of joining? Means by referral or some campus placement or off campus?
Yeah, so in from campus, I got placed in few companies like Samsung, uh, and there were few more persistent and Infosys specialist program and all these things. But after I completed the college, just in around July, I got an offer from Amazon. So it was an off-campus opportunity which I got from LinkedIn.
Okay, okay, okay. So, how was the preparation journey? Could you share with us?
Yes, so for the first year, I didn't do much. Like generally, people explore, so I was exploring different things. So from second year onwards, I started with the data structures and algorithms in C++, plus plus, and then in third year, I started in fourth semester, I started with lead code, and then lead code went on, and yep. So mostly that.
Okay, okay. So, how much time do you think is sufficient for a candidate to prepare for different companies' placement, especially if you are working for Amazon? You can tell for that.
Yeah, for specifically for interviews, you can say it may take if you are a beginner in language as well, in some language as well, so it might take 6 months to prepare fully for a company. But if you know a language and you are hands-on with some language, then preparing for data structure and algorithms would take 3 to 4 months, basically.
Okay, okay. So, what are the main topics you focused during the preparation, and what was your strategy?
Yeah, so there were no main topics when I started. Prepared for all the topics, but specifically for Amazon, there are few topics which Amazon generally asks. more which are trees, linked list. Basically, Amazon likes pointers. So the topics related to pointers, they generally ask more, like trees, linked list, and graphs, and some of the BFS questions as well. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So for
So how?
Amazon specifically, you can focus on these.
Okay, okay, got it. So how important is DSA and how should we prepare as it is a vast topic?
Yes, so like DSA is like really important if you want to sit for placements of big companies. Uh, they generally ask DSA and some questions on your projects as well, an internship. But mostly deciding factor is DSA only. So you can like if you want to specifically prepare for interviews and you have less time, then you can focus mainly like on some of the sheets. There are striver sheet and Love Bubber also have one sheet. So you can focus on those sheets because they have curated those sheets and have specific questions on them. So you can go through them and then you can go through interview experiences before your 1 or 2 days before your interview. That might help. And if you are in second or third year of a college and you are starting with DSA, then you can give some more time. Like besides these sheets, you can first explore by yourself. Start with lead code, give some online contest and all these things. That would help. Hmm.
Okay, okay. So one person in audience is asking which language is suitable for a beginner to practice for
Yep.
beginners.
So like C++ is good for if you want to learn data structures and algorithms. And then other languages depend on the development you are focusing on. If you are focusing on web development, then you can go with JavaScript. And if you're focusing on machine learning and all these things, you can go with Python. But for data structure and algorithms, I would say prefer C++, and second option could be Java. But yeah, most
Oh,
of the competitive programmers and other people also use C++.
okay. So could you tell how many rounds were there in your interview and preparation, and how could you tell us more in each detail about each round?
Yeah. So for me, there were 4 rounds, like 3 technical interviews and one online assessment. So for online assessment, there were 4 questions, DSA questions only, and then there was first technical interview. And in technical interview, they asked me 2 DSA questions. One was based on like BFS, and the second was heap question. And in second tech interview, they again asked me 2 DSA questions, in which one was based like both of them were ad hoc questions. One was based on range queries, and second was based on string. So both of them were ad hoc questions. And in third, this was a bar raiser round. So there were some managerial questions as well, and some of the 3 questions related to English, and some computer network questions, and some database questions as well. So yeah.
Okay, okay. So if there's a situation in a coding round, like if we are going to code for a question and the approach is right, but we don't pass all the test cases, so what happens in these types of situations?
Yeah, so generally in interviews, there like for Amazon, I can say, or I have given many interviews, I can say like they don't generally have test cases against them. Like there will be one editor. You have to type the code, and they will run your uh, question and will find out if it is working fine on few of the test cases. They don't have like large number of test cases as Lead Code or GFG or other websites have. So yep, so they would have 3 4 test case, and suppose if any one of them fails, so you can think through, and main important thing is to speak out loud. So you must speak out loud what you are thinking, and interviewer might also help you in if any particular test case is failing, why that is failing. So you must give your 100%. You must tell what you are thinking, so that interview gets where you are moving, and if you are moving wrong, he or she can correct you. So it, yeah.
Yeah. So, what is the main issue candidates face during these rounds?
Main issue, main issue is basically you don't know the logic. Only that is the main issue. If you know the logic and you can build, it on the go, then it's fine. The main thing is you are stuck at a question. Suppose an interviewer gives you a DSA question and you are stuck, then there is a problem. You must always think out loud what you are thinking, even if you are not able to solve. Sometimes what happens is that you try a question you don't know and you try out, and sometimes it happens that you will crack the question. And even if you are not able to crack it fully, then interviewer knows your mindset, what were you thinking, and if you were thinking in right direction or not. So sometimes happens that you got selected also in these cases because interviewer got to know your mindset and how you were struggling through the questions and till what place you have reached.
Okay. So, means how much time should we take, like thinking about the solution and finally writing the solution? Means what should be time distribution?
Yes, so mostly in typical DSA technical interviews, they give you 1 hour for two questions. So you can say like around 25 minutes per question, you can say. So for that, you must think for 10 minutes, 10 to max 15 minutes, and you should think loud. And yeah, 10 to 15 minutes is sufficient. If you are not able to figure out in in that time interval, then you can move on to next question or let interview know like what you are thinking. And if you are not able to move around.
Yeah. So, what are the things for which a candidates mean should join FANG or MNCs rather than startup nowadays?
Hmm. So for Fang, I would say that work culture for most of the Fang is good. You will not be stressed very much. Like you will not be working on weekends. Only 5 days work is there. Comparing to startup, in startup they say that the they have 5 days working, but eventually you have to work on Saturdays or maybe sometimes on Sundays. So work-life balance is first thing, and second is their the other things they provide. Like they have very good offices, and you can have recreational areas. They have free food and all these things. So this is second point, which startups also have nowadays. But big offices would not be there in startups. So yeah, there was few things, but growth in startup is like very fast compared to a big time company.
Yeah.
So
So, one
yeah.
person in the audience is asking, how different were your experience compared to what you expected versus what you got during your interviews?
So yeah, so I mostly what I expected was a DSA rounds. So like there was not much difference between what I expected and what I got into the round. So my experience was quite uh, alike with the expectations which I was having. So it was like I expected DSA questions to happen in 2 3 rounds, and that was there. None of the other puzzles or these type of things were not asked, or any other irrelevant questions were not there. So yeah, I would say my expectations and the interview rounds were like literally same. You
Oh,
can watch few interview experience and you might know what is about to come.
yeah. So, do you still practice competitive programming? If yes, how do you manage time between daily work and this?
Actually, most of the people don't practice after getting a job. This is the hard truth. So yeah, mostly I also do not look into data structures now
Oh,
because you get involved in web development, like development portion mainly.
yeah.
So you then go looking into these things more deeply apart
Hmm.
from your company's work. You like suppose if you are working on React, then you would go on Saturdays and Sundays you would be going deep into React framework and looking other things rather than looking for data structures and algorithms. So yeah.
Yeah. So, from audience question is, what is your opinion on the technical interviews? Now that you have given so many years, what should be the preparation and how should we go?
The preparation part I have covered, but
Yeah.
like my opinion on interviews is that the technical interviews are mostly based on DSA. So that should be reduced. Like it should not be fully on DSA. They could ask one question instead of two, and then they could ask some development stuff that you have done in college of in 4 years, or some technology that you are interested in and you know about the technology. They should keep a separate half an hour for development stuff as well, because mostly you use development inside a company. There is hardly data structures knowledge which come
Yeah.
into use. So yeah.
Okay. So, one is asking, how can we secure PPO offer?
So for PPO, although I had not been intern at Amazon, but I am seeing people joining now. So for PPO, yeah, there is only one thing: work hard in those 6 months. Like work on Saturdays, Sundays as well if you want to work. Because converting, like I can say for Amazon does not convert many people to full time from PPO. So yeah, so it depends very much on your working and like how you manage relations with other people in the team, and
Yeah.
mainly depends on your task how they are being done. And if you are sharing the things you have learned, and if you are facing any problem, you must share that as well. Why are you not able to complete certain tasks? What are the blockers and all these things? You should be like very clear in your thoughts in your 6 months. So yeah, everything should be clear to your manager.
Yeah.
Why are you stuck, or why are you not able to proceed, or what you are doing currently?
Okay. So, could people connect with you on LinkedIn or some other place for some guidance or referrals, maybe?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, why not? So I can share my LinkedIn if you want.
Yeah. So, what advice would you like to give to candidates who are thinking or willing to join Amazon?
Yeah, for Amazon specifically, you can go all in for data structures and algorithms. So that is one thing. Secondly, have good hold of your projects and internships you have done. So they do ask questions from your internship and projects as well. So you must have in and out knowledge of your projects and internships.
Hmm.
And mainly it depends on DSA. So go all in for DSA.
Yeah. So, is work from home in Amazon still going on, or what is the scene?
Not currently. Mostly all the teams are calling
Okay. Okay.
to offices. So I am there also in Bangalore itself.
Okay. So, what
So
are the
yeah.
pros and cons of working in office? You have worked both, maybe, I think.
Yeah, yeah, right. So for office, basically there are like mostly working from office is good if you are like pressure, because like your doubts uh, got solved in few minutes. You have teammates sitting around, so you can ask them if you're facing any doubts. And like working from home is good because you get like friendly environment, and you get good food, homemade food and all these things. So but I would say in initial years you should work from office itself, because your learning would be much more working from office, and you have team building exercises as well, so your connection with team members will also be good. So that depends on initial years.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So one is asking, suppose Amazon doesn't comes to someone university, how would one be able to apply for it or other fan companies?
Yeah, so for my case also I applied off campus only. So You see, there are some groups as well which share off campus opportunities. So I got one from them itself. So there was some post on LinkedIn about the SD1 open SD1 position in Amazon. So I applied from there, get a referral, and then apply. Mostly the referral applications are considered. So do apply through referral.
Yeah. So, any final suggestion from your side before ending this session? And any tips for getting referrals? Yeah, one is asked.
So for referrals, it's pretty easy. You go mostly go to LinkedIn and find search for company's name, find 5 6 people and send them a friend request along with a message for the referral. Most of the cases, if you send 5 to 6 people your resume, then it's high chance then that 2 or 3 people could refer you. So yeah, so that
Yeah.
is one way
So,
of getting the referral.
yeah. So, any final suggestion from your side before ending this?
Yeah, for yeah, final suggestions would be like if mostly I think people here are for interviews mostly. So yeah, so mostly go all in for DSA. DSA is must for like most of the companies, whether it be startup or whether it be a FANG or a top MNC. For remote opportunities, there could be like mostly based on development part, but for startup and top MNCs, you can focus on DSA. So yeah, so be it your first year, second year, or third year, practice DSA and side by side have a side hustle for like for development as well, or whatever you like. You can go for web development or machine learning. So I did machine learning in my third year. So it's depends on you, like what you want to have as a development part. Focus on that as well, and side by side DSA must
Yeah.
go on for all the 4 years.
Yeah. So, final question from my side: how is life going on?
Yeah, life is good here. After you after you start earning, it's good. But sometimes it's like in Amazon as well, like work culture is good, but sometimes you have to work day and night, a few days a week. So yeah, like mostly it is good, and we have different parties with the team members as well. So currently it's good. Yeah,
Okay, then. Thank you for your time, and hope you enjoyed the session and audience also enjoyed.
yeah, sure, sure. Thanks, Anshu,
Thank you.
for
Okay.
hosting us.